Bessie Coleman was born on January 26, 1892 in Atlanta, Texas, the 10th of 13 children to sharecroppers. When Coleman was 2 years old, her family moved to Waxahachie, Texas, where she lived until age 23. Starting at the age of 6, Coleman had to walk 4 miles each day to attend her segregated one-room school in Waxahachie, where she loved to read. She also established herself as an outstanding math student. She completed all 8 grades at that school. Every year, Coleman's routine of school, chores, and church was interrupted by the cotton harvest. At the age of 12, Bessie was accepted into the Missionary Baptist School on scholarship. When she turned 18, she took her savings and enrolled in what is now called Langston University in Langston, Oklahoma. In 1916, at the age of 23, she moved to Chicago, Illinois, where she lived with her brothers. In Chicago, she worked as a manicurist at the White Sox barbershop, where she heard stories from pilots returning home from World War I about flying during the war. American flight schools admitted neither women nor blacks. Robert S. Abbott, founder and publisher of the Chicago Defender, encouraged her to study abroad. Coleman took French language classes at Berlitz School in Chicago and then traveled to Paris on November 20, 1920, so she could earn her pilot's license. She learned to fly in a Newport 82 biplane with a steering system that consisted of a vertical stick the thickness of a baseball bat in front of the pilot and a rudder stick under the pilot's feet. On June 15, 1921, Coleman became the first woman of African American and Native American descent to earn an aviator's pilot's license and the first to earn an international aviation license from the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale. Determined to polish her skills, Coleman spent the next 2 months taking lessons from a French ace pilot near Paris, and in September of 1921, she sailed for New York. She became a media sensation when she returned to the United States. On April 30th, 1926, in Jacksonville, Florida, Coleman had recently flew her plane from Dallas in preparation for an air show. She had to make 3 forced landings along the way because the plane had been so poorly maintained. Coleman's friends and family did not consider the plane safe and implored her not to fly it. On takeoff, her mechanic and publicity agent, William D. Wills, flew the plane with Coleman in the other seat. She had not put on her seatbelt because she was planning a parachute jump for the next day and wanted to examine the terrain. About 10 minutes into the flight, the plane unexpectedly went into a dive and then a spin. Coleman was thrown from the plane at 2,000 feet and died instantly when she hit the ground. William Willis was unable to regain control of the plane and it plummeted to the ground. Willis died upon impact and the plane exploded. Although the wreckage of the plane was badly burnt, it was later discovered that a wrench used to service the plane engine had jammed the controls. Coleman was 34 years old.